Let us see the isometric view or the isometric projection. Given problem is or given data is, this one is the front view. Total whatever you are observing this drawing, this is the front view, and whatever you are observing this figure, this is the top view. In the front view, they have given the origin or O as the center point. Now we will see this one is the origin O and this one is the origin O. From O to the right side the distance is 132 millimeter. The distance is 132 millimeter. Then from O to the left side, or in the top view, this distance or this distance is 50 millimeter, means this distance is 50 millimeter. I have taken an angle 30 degree and then I have drawn the line of 132 millimeter here, and I have taken 30 degree angle here and I have drawn 50 millimeter distance here. Then from this point to this point the distance is 44 millimeter. This distance is from front view, 32 plus 12. This is the height, 32 plus this distance is 12, means this distance is 44 millimeter. Now we will see this center point, and this center point. First of all, I will divide 132 divided by 2, means this will be the center point. I will mark the center point here, and then I will take the straight line here, and I have taken already center point here. Same procedure is applied. This one is the isometric front plane, this is the isometric side plane, and this will be the isometric top plane. I have taken the center point of 132 divided by 2 here, then 50 divided by 2, that is the 25. I have taken the center point here, then this center point is transferred here. Then first of all I will take the circle from the top view. In the circle in the top view is given phi is equal to 66 divided by 2, means it will be 33. Hence I will take the center point here, and from this center point towards right side 33 millimeter distance is taken in the drafter. Then from this center point towards left side 33 millimeter distance. Then from this center point 33 millimeter to the right side. From this center point 33 millimeter to the left side. And if you will observe this slot in the top view, this distance is how much? It is 16. Hence I will take the distance from this point to this center point will be the 25, means this point to this point is the center point 25, and from this center point towards left 8 millimeter and towards right 8 millimeter and towards left 8 millimeter distance is taken, and this center point is transferred in the upward direction. Okay, now we will draw the circle in the top view. First of all I will join this point and this point. This will be the longest diagonal. This will be the longest diagonal. Then I will join this point and this midpoint. I will join the point, this point and this midpoint. Then I will join this point and this as the midpoint. This will be the midpoint. Then for better understanding I will mention the name. Actually there is no need to mention the name, but for understanding purpose I am trying to give the name to the center C1, C2, C3, and this will be the C4. This will be the center, this will be the center, this will be the center, and this will be the center point. Then with the help of compass I will take the distance from C1 to, I will take this distance C1 to this one. This will be the radius. Observe it carefully. I have taken the C1 point, and C1 to this distance will be the radius, and I have marked the arc. Same is the procedure applied C2, and then I will take the radius and I will mark the arc. Same is the procedure applied for C3, and this distance will be the radius. Then I will mark this as the arc. Then C4 as the center, C4 as the center, and I will take the radius in the top view. Now the circle is complete. Now what we have to do, first of all we will take this O point, the distance is in the vertical manner, the distance is 12. I have marked the distance 12 here, then from this point 12 here, this point 12 here, this point 12 here in the upward direction. Now in the top view, this one is the slot. Here the slot will be there. First of all I will take the distance this point to this point 25, then from 25 center point towards the right side it is 8, towards the left side it is 8. Now I will mark the line. Continuous line. I will mark the continuous line. This will be the continuous line. This will be the continuous line. And if you will observe from this point in this direction there will be 22 millimeter distance is given in the top view, and from this point 22 millimeter distance towards the right side. Hence I will take the distance 22 millimeter in the drafter. Now this will be the 22 millimeter distance, and this will be the 22 millimeter distance, and I will join the 2 points with the help of drafter. Okay. Then from this point I will mark the line, and from this point I will mark the line which is parallel to this line. First of all I will draw the faint line, and then vertical line, that is the faint line, and this line. This slot is complete. I will erase the unnecessary part. Okay, then I will take the distance. First of all, I had drawn the vertical line and then horizontal line. This line will join, intersects here and here. This will be the intersection. Then same procedure is applied here towards the back side. Then I will take the center point here. The total distance is 50 millimeter and the center point is at 25. This will be the center point, and from this center point 8 millimeter to the left and 8 millimeter to the right. 8 millimeter to the left and 8 millimeter to the right. I will take the distance, and here it will be 22 millimeter. Here it will be 22 millimeter distance will be there. This vertical distance is 12, because here 12 distance is there. We will take this vertical distance as 12 and this will be the 22. This will be 22. This distance will be 12 distance. Now we have to take the center C3 and we have drawn this arc and this arc. Now transfer this center C3 and draw the arc here in this manner. In this manner we have to draw the arc. Now center C3 should be transferred up to 32 millimeter distance in the downward direction, because this distance is 32. See here in the front view. See here in the front view, this distance is 32. Hence I will transfer this C3 point to C3 dash in the downward direction. In the downward direction. How much? It is 32. Hence here this will be the point. This will be the C3 dash, and taking the distance in the compass and take this one as the radius. See here, I am trying to show the distance. Center C3 will be there and radius will be this one. Transfer this point as C3 dash 32 millimeter below, and then I will draw the arc up to this point. I will draw the arc. Now we have to draw this arc. How this arc has drawn? By taking the center C1. Now we have to transfer a C1 point towards in the downward direction for 32 millimeter distance. For 32 millimeter distance, transfer this point here, and this will be your C1 dash. This will be your C1 dash. Now what we have to do? C1 to this arc will be the radius. Same is the procedure applied. C1 dash, we will take the radius here, and we will transfer the arc up to this point. We will transfer the points or the arc. Now I will erase the unnecessary portion. Okay. Now observe in the front view, up to this arc there will be the vertical line in the downward direction. Hence I will draw the vertical line in the downward direction. Now this should be parallel to this line. I will draw the line. Now we will move to the next point. What we have to do? We have to draw the arc here from this point to this point, and in the top view this will be the arc. How we have drawn this arc? We have taken the point C1, and distance from C1 to this point will be the radius. Means from C1 to this point, means see here, C1 to this point will be the radius. Then I have taken C1 dash and I have drawn this arc. But we have to draw the arc below this point. Means 12 millimeter, means 32, this 32 distance and plus 12 means it will be 44. Then transfer the point C1 point 44 millimeter below, means C1 dash to C1 double dash, it will be 12. C1 double dash. See here, this distance is 12 and C1 dash to C1 double dash distance will be 12, and this total distance C1 to C1 double dash distance will be 32 plus 12, that is 44. I will take the distance in the compass and I will take the center at C1 double dash and I will draw the arc. Same is the procedure applied for the next one. Okay, now we have to draw this arc. Means here there will be the arc, but how we have drawn this arc? We have taken C4 as the center, C4 as the center, and this will be the radius. Hence we have drawn this arc. Now we have to transfer C4 point in the downward direction for 44 millimeter distance. 44 millimeter distance, this one. This will be your C4 dash. Why we have transferred the point C4 to C4 dash? Because this distance is 32. Here this distance is 32 plus 12. This distance is 12. This one is the 12, means 32 plus 12. Hence I have transferred the point C4 to C4 dash, and I will take the distance here and I will mark the arc. I will mark the arc here. Okay, now this portion is completed and unnecessary portion is erased with the help of eraser. Now what is remaining? First of all, we will join this point, straight line. We should join it with the help of scale. Now the top circle is remaining. What is the dimension for the top circle? What is the dimension for the top circle? Phi is 40, means diameter is 40, radius is 20. Means from this point I will mark towards right side 20 distance, and towards the left side 20 distance. This will be 20 and this will be 20. I am trying to mark the point, this point and this point at 20, 20, and from C1 dash I will mark the point 20, 20 towards right and towards left. This one is the 20 and this one is the 20. Then I will construct the square. At a distance of 20, 20. Phi is 40. From this point I will consider the distance. I got this point, then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 and 4. I got these 2 points. Then I will take the distance in the compass from this point to this point. I will mark the arc. Then this point I will mark the arc. Now we will join this point to this midpoint, this point to this as the midpoint, and I will get the center point here. And after getting the center point, I will draw the arc. This as the center point and this will be the distance or radius. This will be the arc. Same is the procedure applied here. I will join this line to this midpoint. I will join this point to the midpoint and I will draw the line, and I will get the center point here in the top view. And after getting the center point, I will take this as the center point, and this will be the radius. I have drawn the circle in the top view. Now we have to consider this portion. This distance is how much? 10. Means from this C1 point towards the downward direction. C1 point to downward direction. First of all, we have to draw the arc in this manner. Hence we have to transfer this point. This point. See here, this point, and this one is the radius. I have drawn the arc here. Now I have to draw the arc in this manner below 10. Means I will transfer this point 10 millimeter below. I will transfer the point 10 millimeter in the downward direction. This will be the center point, and I will take this center point, and this as the radius, and this center point, and this as the radius. I will draw the arc. Okay, now this problem is now completed. I want to explain the point again. See here, the outer circle having a phi 66 millimeter. This one is the outer circle having phi 66 millimeter. Now see, this inner circle is the diameter having phi is equal to 40. This one is the phi 40. Diameter is 40 and radius is 20. This distance is 132. This distance is 50. This distance is 44. We have taken the center point here, 132 divided by 2. Then we have taken the center point here, 50 divided by 2. And then we have transferred this point here. Then again this center point here. And we have taken the center point at this point. Okay. I hope that all of you have understood this one. Thank you very much.